me to formulate the next plan?
Das war ja einfach.
Oh, that's right. Forgive my forgetfulness. Glad you came. It's great to have one of the General's distinguished guests helping us. My Realm-Keeping Commission colleagues failed to provide adequate care for the Dragon Lady. I'd like to thank you on behalf of all of them for rescuing her back in Exalting Sanctum Plaza. As I'm sure you're aware, symptoms of Mara have been spreading ever since the Stellaron incident occurred. Thanks to the Ten Lords' Commission, being stricken with Mara had long since become a terrifying but avoidable fate for Xianzhou natives. The puzzling thing is that despite the Commission's protection, we're now seeing an increase. More and more citizens, in particular those dealing with great risks and stress like the Cloud Knights, are becoming stricken with Mara. Moreover, the Mara-struck have taken on a horrifying appearance, as if they're turning into some sort of monster. This certainly differs from what I thought I knew about the illness. We wouldn't have the audacity to trouble you with that. The General has a plan to suppress the illness. You're a capable person, and since the General entrusted you with locating the Stellaron, it's only a matter of time before you run into Mara-struck. If you come across any clues, remember to inform the Realm-Keeping Commission straight away. My colleagues and I will handle any situation with haste and to the best of our ability. Speaking of which, have you made any discoveries so far?
Okay. Die habe ich nicht gefunden anscheinend.
I read the letter. I'll be honest with you, I've got no idea how to handle this problem. It's beyond the Realm-Keeping Commission's jurisdiction. I contacted the Seat of Divine Foresight, which is overseen by the General. Allow me to introduce Madame Qingzhu, General Jing Yuan's chief counselor. I think it'll be easier if she explains the letter to you. Such a serious matter. I'm sorry.
I read the letter you obtained from the Mara-struck. While the Cloud Knights were searching for the Stellaron's whereabouts, I was carrying out the General's orders, tracking down clues on the Mara-struck. To an outsider, this letter appears to be nothing more than good news detailing a recovery from a chronic illness. However, what is actually being discussed is a violation of the 10 unpardonable sins. It's heresy. Correct. The term merciful medicus is one of respect, one that any law-abiding citizen of the Alliance would never dare utter. It refers to none other than the enemy of the people of the Xianzhou, the one we now call the Plague's author, the Eon of Abundance, Yao Shi. The author of this letter was likely the Mara-struck you defeated. My guess is he was led astray and poisoned while under the pretext of being cured. You saw how he ended up.
Nicht gut.
Such actions remind me of an organization that was eradicated from the Xianzhou 1,000 years ago. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. They were disciples of the Abundance that sought to restore the way of immortality by unearthing a forbidden remedial formula.
Das hier
It's
kann ich
hard to
klauen.
believe that a group that was wiped out so long ago would suddenly rear its head and create chaos once more. The Seat of Divine Foresight needs to learn all it can about this organization's
Das auch.
status before the situation reaches a point of no return. If you come across any similar clues about the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, Come and find me at the seat of divine foresight. Excellent. Your work will not be in vain. The seat of divine foresight always rewards those who contribute to our efforts. I recently received some intel. It seems that certain individuals are taking advantage of the current chaos. We sent an undercover investigator out a few months ago. They provided us with a rough idea of the situation. Unfortunately, it seems suspicions were aroused. We lost contact with the agent. You are a fresh face in the Lafu, and an outworlder. I would feel more at ease if I could leave this matter with
Na
you.
klar. Sicher. Easy.
Danger is practically an inevitable.
Aber erst müssen wir hier alles klauen. Gibt's hier noch was zu klauen? Verteidigung des Hafens. Eigentlich müssten wir mal so ein Lore-Video machen. Wo wir alle Bücher lesen.
Drop by the Realm Keeping Commission if you need help.
Ist das viel? Wo sind die ganzen Bücher? Da. Okay, das ist einiges. Ja, es geht aber, ne? Also die Kurzversionen, die gehen. So, hier haben wir 4 Stück gesammelt. Irre. Einfach nur irre. So, wir haben noch einen dann hängen, ne? Wo sind wir denn? Oh, wir sind bei 4 schon. Jetzt müssten wir mal eigentlich noch hochleveln. Dann hängen und Pela. Eis und das andere. So, wie komme ich jetzt da hoch?
Looks good.
Kiste? Ja, die sammeln wir sowieso nachher noch.
I don't
Your
believe
extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look no further.
Die sammeln wir sowieso nachher noch. Bla 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 bla. Was das Food angeht, habe ich noch nicht so raus, was man alles braucht. Ne?
Excuse me, guest from another world. Please spare me a moment of your time. I understand. Eternal life is indeed a kind of power. Well, not much can be done for you then, brother. What a peculiar person you are. I'll tell it to you straight. To Outworlders, I offer the chance, regardless of what you choose, let's keep our voices down. Before you can grasp absolute power, you must yearn for immortality, don't you think? The problem is that the Xianzhou Alliance doesn't care one bit about the well-being of short-life species. They stubbornly blockade the globe. My name is Green Hibiscus. I came to Exalting
Grüner
Sanctum in
Hibiscus.
hopes of a fated encounter with one such as yourself. What do you say? How about we find... Let's make haste. There are too many people here to... Here we are. This... Relax. By the mercy of Sanctus Medicus, I will not harm you. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am a member of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I was unable to expose my true identity in Exalting Sanctum. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus is a devout group, holding firm in their belief that Merciful Medicus is the one ultimate faith. If you wish to gain the means to immortality, then you must become a disciple. But to become a disciple, you must first pass several small trials. Please excuse me. Our expansion has unfortunately attracted the attention of those devilish archer followers. If we are not careful, the consequences could be unthinkable.
Wie könnte ich einem Mann, der grüner Hibiskus heißt, nicht glauben?
Every species yearns for the favor and curing of Merciful Medicus, regardless of whether they have heard of the abundance or not. Foxians yearn to cure themselves of their 300-year lifespan. The Vitiaura yearn to cure themselves of the pain of reincarnation and lack of progeny. As for Xianzhou natives, they long to cure themselves of the torture of becoming Mara-struck. Of course, we know that this torture is rather a kind of blessed evolution. To return to your question, Sanctus Medicus can cure the aging that short-life species face, along with disease and death. Sanctus Medicus can do for you. What you seek, you will surely find. Merciful Medicus is magnanimous. All you must do is transcribe this copy of thousand-handed Merciful Medicus's salvation 500 times by hand. This will allow your brothers and sisters to trust your faith, and you to become a disciple. This scripture is central to the disciples. You must maintain a pious heart during the transcription. It would be best if you could memorize the text. Of course, this is but the first trial. Once you have become a disciple, you will undergo numerous others. Excessive. The old rules dictated that the text be copied 50,000 times. I myself undertook such a feat. Nowadays, the master takes greater pity on the common people. Hence, the number has been reduced to a mere 500.
Ist klar. Ist klar.
Where are you going? The trial isn't over.
Hey, stop writing! Get over here! Took you long enough. You're here undercover, right? So am I! You've got to believe me! I'm a Cloud Knight from the Exalting Sanctum garrison! That green hibiscus has been sneaking around spreading heretical lies. They were suspicious of me as soon as I arrived. It took a lot of effort to make them believe I wanted to become a disciple. I have my reasoning. Cults like this want to recruit people with influence in law and order. I wanted them to know I was a Cloud Knight. Always know your enemy. Shh! Keep your voice down. These disciples don't miss much. If they discover us, we won't make it out of here. You can trust me with the transcription. I spent over 150 years pen pushing in the seat of divine foresight before I became a Cloud Knight. I could do this in my sleep. Listen carefully. I help you copy the text, you cover for me, and I get word out to the seat of divine foresight.
Vierte Schriften.
Take your time, still your mind, and transcribe the text. You're finished? So soon? Let me see. Yes, it would appear you are finished. A fast and accurate transcription. It seems you are destined for immortality. Calm yourself. The initiation is divided into 2 steps. You and the Cloud Knight have completed the first.
Sure, but can it wait till tomorrow? I'm supposed to be on duty right now. They'll get suspicious if I don't head back soon.
No need to worry. The second step is The disciple's initiation is governed by the following principle. Never accept who you suspect, and never suspect who you accept. It's time for you two to battle it out. Whoever survives will officially become a There's nothing that can be done. I didn't write the rules. If you are unwilling to complete the initiation...
Whoa. You're kidding, right? We came here to lengthen our lifespans, not shorten them.
We aren't forcing you to fight. By all means, refuse if you wish. But we won't possibly be able to let either of you leave.
Ja, so sind Sekten halt, ne?
Fine. But at least let me prepare.
Very well. But you'll need to ask your opponent. Good. Then prepare you.
Ja, hat gut geklappt.
Listen, I have an idea that will let you join the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and let me get the heck out. You and I fight, and I lose to you. I pretend that you finish me off. That way, we both accomplish our objective. I've seen your skills. Good. I knew I could trust you.
So, have you prepared yours? And you, Cloud?
I'm,
Then.
well then. I'm okay. Man! Forward!
Okay, das war einfach. Das war zu easy.
What magnificent skill! He was fierce. I'm glad you prevailed. That Cloud Knight waltzed straight up to us in uniform and asked if he could join. Hardly a convincing spec. Purple chrysanthemum, blue peach. Find somewhere to dispose of the body. Oh, you've dealt with this kind of thing before? A long-time associate, eh? You're well connected, I see. This does have its advantages. Our brothers and sisters have been proselytizing and exalting Sanctum over the last few days. As such, this can be your first mission as a disciple. You take an active approach. In any case, my hearty congratulations on your admission to the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. From now on, you will be known by the code name, Grey Peony.
Super.
Well, Grey Peony, let's depart separately to avoid a trap.
I did a good job. Those people are out of their minds. Watch your step next time you're around. With your skills, you've got a better chance than most. I should report back to the seat of divine foresight. Stay safe, friend.
Come on, draw already.
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look no further.
Kauft er so? Brauche ich die für irgendwas? Noch nicht, ne? Aber du bist ein Regenschirm. Hä? Die Konversation war jetzt mal richtig unnötig. Komm. Ja. Wenn ich tot bin, ist er vielleicht wirklich wütend.
Green Hibiscus agreed to meet me here, but there's no sight of him. What gives? There's a letter here. What's this on the envelope? Gray peony? Ugh, this must be from Green Hibiscus.
Blaue Pfingstrose, du hast einen tapferen Hin. Er liest selbst, Leute. Grüner Hibiskus.
The disciples sure know how to keep a low profile. Looks like I'll need to help them complete this mission. If they're looking to intercept mail, I should probably start by searching near Exalting Sanctum's Psycrane stands. Not on this stand.
I don't believe in
Need your
those.
extractor cleaned or your stars?
What's written on this package? Seat of Divine Foresight Urgent? Seems like it's encrypted somehow. Makes sense. This is critical intelligence after all.
Mhm. Achso, der muss da runter. Das war
Code
easy.
correct. Huh. Judging from these urgent instructions, the disciples are aware of a Seat of Divine Foresight operation to I'll use my phone to make a copy, and then hand it.
draw a
Cultured people love this.
In was bin ich hier eigentlich reingeraten?
Mauve Moon. This is the reliable disciple I mentioned to you, Grey Peony. Grey Peony, this is Mauve Moon, the head of our operations in Exalting Sanctum.
It seems you have some impressive skills in your arsenal. No need for modesty. I've studied martial arts for years. I can tell how strong you seem like you've got it all figured out. What brings you to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus? Good. So do I. I used to think determination and hard work were enough to achieve that. But I've come to realize it's not that simple. During my many years as a Cloud Knight, I realized something. An individual's strength is limited. So I abandoned my mortal body and became a faithful servant of merciful Medicus. Here, take this prescription. Through this medicine, you will become like me. You will be able to break the shackles that the devilish archer author has used to chain your soul. You will gain unbridled power and freedom.
Jetzt fängt die Sekte so richtig an.
The disciple responsible for creating medicinal pellets heard of your Some of the ingredients can be purchased at an apothecary, but others will require you to come up with your own solution. Do you have any questions? I'm ashamed to admit it, but I once worked alongside those devils. I trained in spear techniques for almost a century. I nearly became a Cloud Knight instructor. But I was trapped in a weak mortal shell. I was never able to surpass the final barrier. Fortunately, the draft of Draconic Surge, the prescription you hold in your hand, rescued me. Once I took that medicine. Now, everything has changed. Jersine and his pitiful spearmanship are no more. All that remains is a loyal disciple. Wait. You recognize me? Where do you know me from?
Mauve Moon, sir. We have a problem. I suspect this person may...
Idiot! What kind of trials are you running? You let an agent infiltrate our ranks?
I couldn't have known, sir. I witnessed this person slay a...
Detestable. The devilish archer author allows these pitiful mortals to face death without fear. Self-sacrifice is their way of fooling us into opening our doors. In that case, divine foresight devil, it's time for you to meet your demise.
Also schnell eskaliert.
Netmark defensible. Time for a good old counter.
You won't get away.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
You won't get away.
Oh, mercy of Sanctus Medicus. cannot suppress. You think you're a match for me, devil? Your death is inevitable. Surrender. Quick. Forward! A miracle.
Netmark activated. Time for good old counter.
You won't get away.
Plan! Forward!
Easy.
So Mauve Moon was the agent that Qingzu lost contact with. He joined the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I should go to the seat of Divine Foresight and tell Qingzu. I don't know if this mission was a success or a failure.
Okay, hier klauen wir noch Sachen, bevor wir hier weitermachen. Gut.
I'm glad to see you've returned in one piece. So, what happened?
Als du
Don't
als
worry.
Geheimagent
Your
gearbeitet hast.
operation was a success. Although your identity was ultimately exposed, you gained a wealth of invaluable intelligence. On top of that, you managed to get out without a scratch. I
Merci.
never imagined that Jersine would choose the path of evil. You did the right thing. I'm afraid this is how the Plague's author operates. Using notions of power and life to draw countless people like Jersine away, you've managed to shine a light on the darkness of the enemy. With this intelligence, the Seat of Divine Foresight will be able to improve its strategy. And for all your efforts, is there anything else you'd like to know? The prescription you acquired is... There are a few reliable alchemists that reside in Exalting Sanctum. I'd like to ask you to consult with them on the particulars of the prescription, given that the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus has become aware of our operation. If you turn up any details about the prescription, feel free to come back and find me anytime.
All right.
Can I help you? The Seat of Divine Foresight? Oh, it's a horrifying prescription. Go and ask Lady Dawn. She may be sightless, but she's no stranger to helping others. She'll certainly be willing to help the Seat of You can find her at Sinwood Pavilion.
Junge, dieses Hoch- und Runterrennen nervt etwas.
I've been looking forward to meeting. You have a very distinct scent. Losing one sense forces the other senses to become sharper. I heard from other alchemists you have a prescription you wish me to assess. Thank you. A strange and dangerous prescription, but I believe I understand the pharmacology. It involves drawing upon the strength of the specifics, however, will require further investigation. I could hardly happen upon Vidyadhara bone marrow and test the prescription myself, could I? Leave your contact details with me. When I've completed my assessment of the pharmacology, I'll get in touch with you.
Okay.